Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome to a brand new series called Woodville, where guys, I have been tasked a challenge right now. I have been hired to potentially become the brand new mayor of this new region, and it is vastly populated with trees. Now, there's a little bit of a different twist to this series, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to build our very own city, our town, region, whatever you want to call it, not only based off the wood industry, the forest industry, which means we have to kind of take advantage of the natural resources that surround us and try and create a brand new town. I have also got the real-time mod enabled, which that itself is a whole challenge on its own, let alone trying to survive off an industry. So, you guys asked for a series where we survive off the forest industry. And I've seen a lot of comments where people saying, yo, Seniac, why don't you try a real challenge, real time? See what happens then. See what happens to all your traffic. Well, guys, I'm going to combine both of them. And this is Woodville. I don't know how this is going to go. But if you do enjoy this and want to see more of this series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when those next episodes do come out. But guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section too. I have got this map of the Steam Workshop. I've done a few different improvements and you can see it's quite, I won't say dark and gloomy, but there's definitely a vibe that we're in a region where a lot of trees grow. So you can see the mountainous region up in the background there. Let me zoom right out. You can see all the forestry, all the trees that we are going to hopefully extract and turn into money. Paper money. We have all these little kind of rivers, inlets feeding out, and we have over here this huge barrier as we enter into our little bay area. It's going to be beautiful, guys. It's going to be beautiful. There was a few little things with this map. I just got off the Steam Workshop because I really like the look of it. It had a lot of trees. I can't quite remember what it was called. There was a few like different bits and bobs and junctions on here that I didn't quite like, so I kind of got rid of them and left some of the basic stuff in. These two here were already pre-built. So we're going to kind of go based off those right now. There is some really cool little dirt roads kind of traveling around, running parallel with train tracks and stuff like that, which is really exciting to use. I'm already looking forward to this, guys. So again, smash that like button if you are wanting to see more of this. And make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when those next episodes do come out. But here we go, boys. It's currently Friday. It is 9:47 in the morning. This is the real-time mod. Stuff happens with this. They wake up, they go to work, they have their lunch break, they come home from work, they might go shopping, enjoying stuff. On the weekends, I don't think they do work and they go to leisure stuff, which is going to be quite interesting to see what happens. It really is going to be quite interesting to see what happens right now, and I'm pretty excited. I can already tell you right now, it looks a bit weird, this junction. I've got to do some lane managements, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I think what we need to do first then is kind of just get the base level set up. I need to create a small little town and hopefully progress into building our very own forestry industry. And I'm not going to do it in a sense like I build it here, everything happens here. I'm thinking more in a sense that maybe I kind of build here the production buildings like that gather the wood, and then somewhere else I can build the processing buildings, and somewhere else I can have all the storage buildings. You know what I mean? Like really integrate the city within the forestry industry and have it spread everywhere. Now I will use proper industry, the dirty industry as well. I'm not going to kind of make it like where we only solely survive off the forest industry. I'm going to use a little bit of everything just to kind of get a more natural city, because from what we've learned in the past by building Fish Town and Oil Town, it didn't quite go too well. Now this is Woodville. There's no town on the name because I'm not expecting to build a huge metropolis, just something quite small and quaint and beautiful. So let's start then by, we'll use this little area here then as our first little kind of section where we bring in our residents. And once we kind of got them up and running and feeling pretty good, we'll then extend a little bit further. So straight away, I was kind of playing around with it. I noticed that each junction that comes off this right now is technically throwing off 3 lanes because of the highway. So you pretty much, from 3 lanes here, you go into a 2 or a 1 if you're going straight on. Then them 2 split into a 1. So it's got good lane math. It's just the lane dictation is not great. Then it splits back into a 2, then into a 3, and then into a 3x3. So if I go based off that then and move this a little bit forward, we'll go, that is already by 8, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. We'll go up by 60 there to kind of slightly bring this in. And I think from that point, we'll run this way. Now I'm going to do it with a, what type of road should we go with? A medium road maybe? Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll go with the standard plain one. Now, maybe at some point in the future, this is probably what it is going to be needed to... Well, I'm going to need a roundabout on here. Maybe at some point in the future, this year, if I kind of continue to go forward. I kind of want that 6-lane road to maybe come up a bit more and then bend down and kind of go down there. So that would be quite interesting. We'll see how that kind of plays out. Yeah, and I've got this big boulevard road here because eventually I can upgrade it to trams or monorails. Probably not monorails, that probably won't fit within the vibe, maybe trams, but the potential's there if I do so, and we'll see what happens. So a little bit weird 90-degree turn, but we're going to come off this right now and create something beautiful. So I've got the option to do this type of road, a 2-lane plain street. Now what I could do with this, if I come out by 11... because then that makes me get the maximum section there. We could just do these like generic roads, like normal neighborhood roads. I don't need like these roads that kind of give us or show us, you know, what lane you kind of need to be in. I can kind of come off those. So I think that would be pretty cool, but not directly off this. Maybe we do a couple of normal roads and it filters into like a neighborhood style area, which I thought would be quite cool to kind of play around with. So if I upgrade all that there, and so that's already by 10. So if I come down by 40, so we're giving it a full 50 gap. Do you reckon that's a bit too excessive? A bit too much? Maybe we do a 40 gap then. So a 40 gap, and then we do another connection coming in. Like that. And then where would that play if I did another 40 here? Is that then technically quite close? If I go 30 here, like that, bam. And then we do another 10, bam. So that's your 40. And that's your 11 there. There we go. So it just comes off a little bit there. So if we do potentially have a roundabout, at least that junction is a little bit away from it before we implement and add that in. So here I could do the usual. Place down a couple of like little commercial shops and stuff like that, which would be pretty cool. You know, kind of get some businesses up and running from the get-go. Like that there. And then coming off this, then we'll create our little neighborhood theme. So with it then, it probably won't be too big or too crazy. I think we'll actually bring down like these roads a bit further down. So bring them down by 60. Bring that down. Actually, I'll bring this one down by 40 there. And then we'll kind of play off these and creating something a little bit different. Maybe I even think about doing like a slight... If I bring this down by 20, not off. Do I do a complete bend like that, or would that be a bit too much? Nah, we'll take it. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll play around with it. So using these 2-lane streets, what we can have happen then is where we start creating something really cool. So we create our little neighborhoods. So we can do a little 10 by 10s to kind of get us going. There we go there. And then we can run it off, like where this here could come down to here, like say by 15, and it kind of ends there. This maybe goes down a bit more, and then maybe we do like a 10 by 10 bend. For where it kind of creates like a dead end area where we can then maybe do like some kind of cul-de-sac, something like that. We can really start to kind of spread this stuff out. Now if I followed this round and did a 30 by 30, actually not going to work, is it? No. What was that bend? That was a... It connected there, didn't it? So that would made it... Actually makes it quite an awkward shape. I've only just realised that. I literally have. I think I was so engrossed with doing that. Or maybe I bring it a little bit closer. So where does that bend take place then? So an 8. Okay, let me delete that again. So it was an 8 by 8. So that bends round quite nicely there. And we can continue this then. So if I bring this street, again, a little bit further down, so just about... Oh man, I messed that up then. Just to about here. And then maybe I come off, say, a point here. And then pushed it just slightly down that way, but then brought this up. And then maybe we add in a little bend here to kind of like complement that kind of area. And then we're doing something like that a little bit too crazy. No, that would kind of work. And then like maybe I'll just come off here. So I will create cul-de-sacs. I do have the ability to do so. But we'll play around with different styles right now. And this becomes our little neighborhood, which I think will be quite nice to have in. If I bring this up by another 10. Yeah. I can do little walkways and paths and stuff like that, but it kind of adds something a little bit different. It might look a little bit confusing, a little bit weird to begin with. But I want to try and keep away from the norm. So much anyway. I'm actually going to delete this a bit, delete that back there, and come out by 4 more, and then see what we can do here in terms of a bend. So I go there, 3 by 3 and connect. There we go. So it kind of bends a little bit. Again, a little bit different, not natural. We can create these really good suburb areas, which I'm quite excited to kind of work with. So we'll use this road here to connect straight up to there as well, and then it's all going to be flourishing quite nice. I can do maybe a little kind of park in this area, maybe a school or something like that, just to kind of bulk this area up. And I don't quite know whether I should go... Yeah, I'm actually going to go with a little bit more of this. So I bring that road straight across and bring that road directly down. And then maybe we kind of integrate a little bit more with it, so we can have like a park, a school kind of section in, and that worked wonderfully. So we have these little small roads, 2-lane streets, which are 2-lane plain streets without sidewalks, but with available parking spaces to support local traffic. But you can add in your own. I mean, the pedestrians do use them, I believe, but you can add in kind of your own. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't have sidewalks. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I have no idea, but you kind of you get my drift, right? You get my drift. So we'll do some zone. Actually, I'm going to pause it now. We'll do a little bit of zoning anyway. So we'll kind of fill up the major parts of it right now. There. And I don't know if it's actually add a cul-de-sac in, or do I just kind of finish it with that road? I've got a couple of modded roads I can throw in, but I don't know if they will look right because they're not the same style of road as this. But I suppose that's what will be kind of interesting about it. Let's play around with that. So that falls within the intersections here, and if I go with the really small one, so let's play around with it on this one. If I dropped it in there, so that's how it kind of looks, and then it does add in like the zoning around the edges. But what if I upgraded it to be this type of road? That's what I'm more interested about, so we can get to keep the same theme. So we might have to anarchy that in. Doesn't really work, does it? It doesn't really work. So what if I deleted that again, placed it back in, like that, but then only upgrade that there to that road? Is it worth it? I think it is kind of worth it for the sake of being able to get the roads in like that. And it's like then we really did create our little cul-de-sac kind of setup there. So do you reckon that's going to be enough kind of zoning for now? I think we have to add a cul-de-sac there and here. And there. So let me delete these little sections there. And then drop a couple in. So how is that? Yeah, it works fine there. Some roads will actually bring out a little bit more. So if I bring this one out here by 4, that there will be fine. If I spin that around just to there. And then we upgrade the bit that we need leading up to it. And then we can squeeze in a few houses around it, which will be pretty nice. So finish that off there. This fills in this little like dead little bit of gap there. We can fill it in with a little bit of a cul-de-sac there, which will be pretty good. And yeah, I won't do it just. Do you know what? I do. I'm gonna throw it in here. Right, I'm gonna have to delete it just there for a moment. Just so I can shorten the bend only slightly. I didn't shorten it too much, just only slightly. Drop that in there. There we go, leading up to it. And we'll do it just here. So this, spin that around. Bam, just there. And then we upgrade all that. And leave it like that. And then we'll just get the last little bit of residential thrown in just here. And then we'll just push it up to there. And I think that will be, we'll just fill this little section in over here too. That would be enough residential to begin with to create our small little town. And what we'll do as well is we'll just do what I normally do. What I like to do is then run a 4x4 stretch all the way up to there. As I like kind of like a little shopping boulevard in a way, which I think would be pretty cool. So different way to what we normally do building, but you know, progressively building kind of that kind of style of community around these areas will add something a little bit different. And I think it'll be really, really nice. So I'll put it into play mode anyway, because we're going to need to add in all the utility stuff right now, the water, all that kind of jazz. So what we're thinking about this, I could actually potentially place in our water tower pretty much anywhere I wanted to, really, couldn't I? I think we'll just go from one of these, and should we do it like... I mean, I don't know whether to make it like a feature of the town. Maybe on the approach, you drive past the water tower. Does it create pollution? Oh, it creates noise pollution, weirdly enough. So I'll place it on this side. How much is that going to cost us? $7.20 every 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it changes because of the real-time mod. There we go. And right, that's pretty good then. So if I bring it to the road and I run the pipework along with the road, like the main drags of it. There we go. And then we can then follow stuff round and whatnot. Alright, that all fits in on that side. Bring it up a little bit more to there, and I'll push this in this direction, that in this direction, and we'll just cover this little spot here. There we go. So that covers the water. We've got to do the sewage, and we've got to do power as well. But already we have our first buildings being built, which is it is quite exciting, isn't it? It is quite exciting when we get kind of like a new place, new area kind of set up. And it's really cool to see this type of road being used as well. So, right, we'll do sewage next. Now, I don't really like pumping sewage into rivers, but we don't really have much of a choice at the moment. Now, this is quite a fast-flowing river. So if we ever choose to then clean up the sewage, at least we know the river's flowing fast enough that we can get rid of it all. And then we have to then look at doing some type of power. Now, do I go for like a coal plant? Am I going for a oil plant? Am I going wind power? Right, we don't really have any much usage yet, so I think we'll start with wind. So if I drop one here. So if I drop 3 along the shoreline there. Run the power to each one. And then we'll hook this up by the power. And, right, when do you reckon... Can I fast forward, by the way? So, yeah, I can actually fast forward in the game, even though it is real-time, but the real-time decides on what they're doing throughout the day. It still doesn't really change much my building, because it builds more natural, the buildings do. They don't just, like, throw themselves up as quick as normal. So I'm waiting for the buildings to push themselves over a bit more, so I can take from there to here with the power grid. They've got the power they needed, so as of right now they've got everything they need. The commercial's not really going to be able to touch straight over right now, but I'm going to run to there, see how that goes. And it's pretty cool, isn't it, because that style of road that we've got now down here is the same kind of style of road that the houses normally get. So it all looks properly integrated, which is pretty cool. And you can see them walking. There's no sidewalk. They walk on like a dirt path. So it is like a really, really like, you know, countryside, suburban, residential estate, isn't it? So we'll take it. We'll take it. It looks good. It looks good. Right, we've got our first few little commercial buildings there. We need policing. They're not happy with the crime rate is currently high. There is criminals running rampant right now. So we'll get the policing in then. We'll get the stuff in as and when they require me to get it in. So I think we'll place our little police station. Actually, where should we place it? Should we just get it like here? I think it would be nice just planted just here. On that road there. So it fills up them 4 tiles after the commercial area. So there's our little policing stuff now in. So try and fast forward. And until this becomes an issue, I'll sort it out when it becomes an issue, basically. Because the lane management is not currently down, as you can tell. So, you know, I've got to sort it all out properly. But I'll leave it to when it does become an issue. And, okay, so from the most part then, we've got our little town semi-set up. There is no new demand or anything like that. We do need some industrial now to keep us ticking along and going. But there we go. It's Friday currently. I don't know what they're meant to be doing at this time on a Friday. I've got to research and follow their patterns. But it'll be quite interesting to see what actually happens. More residential is slowly being built. So more residential is being built, then the more commercial gets built. But really, we've got to focus on building some type of industry. So let's think and let's plan of where we pretty much heading next then. So that is what our suburbs are going to look like. Really, really good. I'm really excited to what we can potentially do with them. And this is the current tiles that I own. I've already purchased a bunch of tiles. So we've got to look towards over here to think about building or setting up our forestry industry. Now, our forestry industry, what we'll do first is we'll just solely sell it up to the point where we've got our plantations all down. Now, it is going to require me doing something or connecting something up to the highway, maybe, unless I first look at doing a bridge going across here. But then I could utilize the highways and don't have to kind of extend that far. It's a tough little one. Oh, there's like a little road connection up there. What's going on up there? And I don't really have much space to work with at the same time, do I? I really don't. I really don't right now. So, I think the best thing to do at the minute is literally come off the highway. But I don't like how this train line at the minute cuts through there. So I might get rid of the train line cutting through there and eventually bring it up a bit more, pass further up the top, then cut down. Because it does block off a lot of stuff that I kind of want to work with. So if I just kind of delete it at this point. I'm so sorry, train line. I'm so sorry. But it's what I've got to do. I am the new mayor. Well, I say goes. And what we'll do is we'll drop down the trees. Up the brush size that I've now just got rid of. It's created like a little island. Up the brush size a bit more. Yeah. Replace the trees that we've kind of demolished that little path leading up to it in. It's got a little island there from where the whatchamacallit, the pillar for the train, the railway line was in. So what I'll do is we'll smoothen it down. Let's drop down to brush size. Oh snap! Can I undo? Yeah, that's not smoothing. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Wait, that's a different type of tree I've put in the middle, isn't it? I've just realised I've put a different type of tree in. Ooh! So you're so damn foolish right now. You're so damn foolish. Right, how is the little town going right now? Right, we are losing quite a lot of money, so we've got to get this rocking and rolling. So, I think then, it's all happening on the bend. And how much would it be to buy a new tile? 40,000. So if I buy that one, 46,000, buy that one. We have got the money. Just so I can then maybe create some type of junction coming off. It's not going to be a heavily populated area. I'm not going to use big roads or stuff like that. We'll take a look. I don't want to use that same type of street, but what other skinny roads we got? A 2-lane alley. We've got one way there. All kind of good. I've got, what's this here? A road with like a path in the middle. I could use the industrial roads, or I could keep it to like a dirt road. Because of the kind of the natural area that it is. So if I came off parallel and then came down, and what we got this on, we'll get it to follow, forces the ground to follow the elevation, or forces to use, no, ground, forces the ground to follow the elevation of the road. Forces the use of elevated pieces, no. Unmuddied. Right, let me just see how this gets placed in. So, right, does that semi-follow the elevation of the road? Because it's on a slight gradient going downhill, isn't it? Yeah. So if we got the road just here, and we'll leave it to a dirt road for now, and as time goes on and it gets more and more populated, we'll upgrade the style in the road and stuff like that. Right, where's the snap? The snap is there. So I bring this down by 170, that's fine. So that is now leading down. It's quite a cool little road to look up and down, isn't it? Yeah. And then we'll create a junction that connects over to this. And obviously the junction that connects over, it won't be a dirt road. But I think we can use the dirt road in a way, like to elevate and stuff like that. But I'm going to use the standard slip roads when it comes to the highways. And it will connect up. Single lanes, nothing too fancy. So highways, we have these. So highway ramp, we have the national road. We have the 2-lane highway. Right, we'll roll with these then. So we'll start with the highway ramp. And if I get this correct, right, we'll first elevate it up by 10. So where that will go straight across. So if I put that there and came across by 10, that's the direction that is then kind of heading in. So I've just got to make something that connects up to it. So if I came off there and did a 5 by 5 bend, is that enough? We'll find out. There's only one way to do it, that's to find out. Bring that to there. Do another 10. So that's 20. Now it's quite a long road, But what we'll do is we'll upgrade that there to be like this. And then use the move it tool to make this bit the same height as, let's say, that bit. And then select that, select that, select that, select that. Slope them all. Apparently there was an issue with that, but it still worked. It still worked. And then we bring the road. Is that a bit too much? No, we'll take it from off there. And then we'll just play around with it slightly. Now, there's no need for me to kind of then change it into a single lane, because I'm not going to bring a road that goes up and goes in that direction. What is this meant to be anyway? Oh, there's like a little house there. That's cool. It's like a trucker's rest stop, isn't it, in a way? So that will kind of pass over there. And all I wanted to do is have vehicles come from the city up to here, down to there. And then when they exit and go this way. So they're only coming in and out, going in that direction. Nowhere else, because that's not what I want them to do at the moment. So then I've got to bring this back down to the floor. So by... Right. That wasn't really the right number. Let me try that again. By 10. And that is going to be... Or object the height to there. And we'll bring it another 10. So now pick you, pick you, pick you, pick you, and slope it. There wasn't an issue that time, game. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? And there we go. So I've just realized that's going to be parallel with that. I kind of need to switch it up a bit, don't I? So if I do a national road here, and if I am able to, no, not do that. So I think it's more this side, isn't it? Just kind of slightly push it out so I can get a road running here. So if this came out by a 4x4 just there, and then ran this up. Right, I think that's a little bit too close to there, isn't it? So if I select you, select you, select you. Spin it a bit there. And then we can see what we can get up to with this. So is it as simple as doing that? Not really. But I can try and make it as simple as that. And then bring this up to there, and then in there. Right, that should work. It's very basic and simple overpass that only leads to our little forestry industry. So if I kind of then get it all set up where if you're turning off here, you're going straight or bam like that. And at least turn off there. At least these guys here can kind of slightly turn over and give a little bit away. Don't really care that much. We'll just see what, what comes from it. We'll see what comes from it. So that crisscrosses over on that side there, all good. And then that's when it then filters into a dirt road. There we go. So all that just to kind of get our forestry industry kind of up and running. Oh my goodness me. So, which is good then, because we can eventually upgrade these roads. I'm not going to build anything on these roads. We'll come off the roads. So, let's then pick for example, we'll pick this point here and we'll come up by 30. And then we'll allow a nice little bend or something. So if I come up by a 25, we'll go a 20 by, let me zoom out so I can see it a little bit better. So we'll go a slight little bend there, 12 by 12. And then we'll kind of run it straight for a bit. And then we can have, like, just off there, that coming up there. We'll go a bit more there. And what will be good is, if I have that end there, I'm trying to get the line for this, delete that. To run down there, so we can then place in a couple of plantations and stuff like that to start producing for us. Now we are going to need to get the main building down as well, so I think we'll drag the road down to here where it looks like it's going to cross over the water, which it probably will do eventually, but I'm more interested in getting our building set up. So if I ran this up to, say, here, out by 5, out by 5. What does the main building look like for the forestry industry? Main building. Bam. Straight there in the middle. So it's like a nice little log cabin. It's surrounded by a little bit of mountain area, whatnot. That will work really well. So then what we do is we then paint the forestry industry. So it's called the Umber Woodland. Now we're going to rename that, obviously. So at the minute, the claim to the forestry industry is just this side of the highway. And going up to this side of the water. Until it gets the grant to expand its claim area. To where it's officially allowed to destroy, because we're still thinking of the environment. We're still semi-thinking of the environment, but there we go. And of course, oh, I just realised I didn't even rename the city. Woodville. So we'll call this Woodville. We call it Woodville Inc. Woodville Inc. It's only temporary, guys. If you got like a better name suggestion revolving around the name Woodville, let me know in the comment section down below. We'll see what comes up with it. I won't place the pipes just down just yet until I get the rest of the buildings in. So we've got a worker barracks. I won't do that just yet, nor will I do the maintenance building. We'll just get a couple of small tree plantations in. So yeah, let's set them up here then. Or should I do like a medium one? Medium one looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, because we've got the space to do it here. If I drop a medium one there, we also have the sapling farms as well. We'll just do the normal ones here to begin with. Drop another one there. And then here. Well, yeah, we'll do it on the outer side instead. There, and then we'll do the smaller ones on the inner side. Like that, and we've got then a total of 6 altogether, which would hopefully see us through. Now it's a different type of tree. Can you change the type of tree? Beech, alder, conifer. See, the conifer fits the vibe a little bit better, doesn't it? Yeah. It does fit the vibe a little bit better. Where's conifer? There we go. We at least want it to look a little bit more natural, right? Yeah. See, it looks a little bit more natural now, doesn't it? It actually does. So let's get the piping work done for this then. So we'll come directly from the junction, sorry. Like that. We'll take the pipe work directly up to here. We'll bring pipework directly down. And of course, coming in. So I like to follow the roads as if, like, you know, they laid the pipes under the roads. And then we'll loosely follow the line of the highway. Very loosely. And they're also going to need their own power as well. It's a shame you can't get like a power plant that burns wood to generate power, because that would have been pretty cool to see as well. So, what needs power? Is it just this building? It looks like it just is. So, what would be the way to go? To getting power set up over here. Giving its own wind turbine seems like a little bit excessive. Plus the wind's all down here. Up here it'll produce nothing because of its forestry. So what we'll do is we'll take the power grid directly over. And we'll run it along the highway. And where are we running it to? So can I drop some, like a wind turbine over here maybe? Yeah, we'll drop that there. There we go. Just delete this little bit of extra there, didn't need. And that will do what it's needed to do to give it power. So you should now have the power, which you do. So that's all now set up. We've got a few little buildings there set up then for the forest industries to start producing the goods, which will slowly export. We don't have an export area set up at all. Maybe that's what we do in the future. But it's there when we're pretty much ready. So we need now to take care of the garbage. Now, does it actually get dark in this mod? Or should we... Actually, hang on, hold on. Time speed of day, enable weekends, all that kind of jazz. Where is it? Is it in gameplay? Use day and night cycle. Where is it? There we go. Use day and night cycle. I didn't realize that was kind of turned off. So it actually does get dark in the game and it simulates as if it was like an actual real town or whatnot. Yeah, we need garbage then. We do need garbage. So I think what we'll do is we'll extend this road a little bit further down. Or should I extend it in this direction? Let's just extend it down in this direction. And what we'll do for now is we'll set up a small little area for our garbage needs. So I'll just come off at the very end. There we go. So garbage needs, I just want something very, very basic and simple. A landfill site. Yeah, we'll do a landfill site. Push that right up. Has water. Does it reach the power? Oh, okay, it doesn't, but that's okay. Let me turn the anarchy back off as well. So it's got a little garbage plant there, which is going to be pretty sweet for us. Go pick up all the goods. We do need some fire protection. So we get a small fire depot. Now I'll place it down on this opposite side. Takes up 4 tiles as well. And there we go. We're going to have the basics now set up. We'll just need healthcare eventually. But I do need... I do need to make a little bit more money on the hourly basis. So garbage will get taken care of now. It is getting dark. It is getting dark. So it should be the time of day as well where everyone returns home. More and more buildings are being built. The deficit is slowly coming down. Slowly coming down, might I add. But it doesn't build as quick as normal because of, like, it is real time. So now down to 1,900, which is looking good. Did we get any exports just yet? Haven't exported anything yet. Oh, there we go. Exports coming in. So we got some money on the roll. On the rock and roll, boys. And it now is officially getting very, very dark. It's now getting very, very dark. So we need some now death care. So when you think you've got it going good, something sparks up. I need a little bit of death care. Right. So for now, we'll place it over by the garbage plant. So, you know, I don't want that kind of depressing stuff near our little town and city. Keep it going. And eventually someone's going to ask for medical care. But I've got the death care set up anyway. And residents are slowly moving in. Slowly but surely. We should start to see the lights turn on in all the buildings soon as well. Should be pretty cool to see. Right, keep it going, guys. I don't really want to up your taxes, but if you don't, you know, start paying your taxes and your bills, I might have to up your taxes. Build quicker, please. Right, street lights are slowly coming on. There we go. So these don't have street lights, but some of the houses do have street lights. So it actually looks really good, doesn't it? It does look so good right now. Commercial and residential still growing. How much more have we got left for the residential? We still got a nice chunk of it to still go. We'll add this little section in just there. Yeah, we'll add this little section just there as well. To progressively get some more houses in. And it is now raining as well. We also have dynamic weather. We can't see anything. We literally can't. So how cheap are these roads anyway? They're 29 cents every so often. So if I do another 30 here. That's not 30. That was 20, wasn't it? Yeah. So I do another 10 there. As we get it all connected. That's glorious. And we'll come out by 5 there. So I want to do like some kind of different patterns. And we'll do a 3x3 bend just here, so we can turn it into a nice little cul-de-sac section just here. And then here, we'll just kind of push it up in that way. We'll kind of end it like that there. And we'll try and get away here. We're doing a little bit of a bend. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Right, now we're losing money pretty quick. So, what we'll do first then, we'll just simply take a loan. I'll take a 60,000 loan because it's the cheapest one that we pay back on. Just to give us that money. So we can make the money. And, so the money fluctuates, doesn't it? It does fluctuate. Now, I don't know whether it changes based on the time of day or whatnot. I'm not too sure. Or whether it's because that's when I had some of my exports. Got 1,000 coming from the exports right now. Not enough buys for the products. Of course. Don't worry. We get in there. So everyone is now asleep. The lights have turned off in all the residential houses. They are currently asleep, boys. They're currently asleep. So we've got almost all the zoning done, so we'll keep adding it in. And I need to add in my little cul-de-sac roads too. Place one just there. Now, is that one going to be a little bit too close? Potentially. So bring that road out, not the full smack, or bring it out by 5. And then we just have to upgrade that road. Got to send the Anarchy on to do so. And then paint bucket it all down. Bam, 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 bam. And then just simply extend Just that. Bring that up there as well. There we go. So daytime's coming around soon right now. The sun is eventually rising. Everybody will wake up and everybody will go to work. So that will be quite interesting to then see them all do that. And see what happens now. So we're just waiting, boys. We're just playing the waiting game right now. So hopefully we can get some more money coming in too. So definitely playing on a real-time kind of setup does slow down everything a little bit. And it definitely makes it a lot more difficult as well. Now, what do you guys think then? Do you want me to keep the day and night cycle? And would you like me to keep the dynamic weather? I think if out of the two, I think I'll keep the day and night cycle, but I might prefer to get rid of the dynamic weather. Just because it just makes it a little bit... I know it looks really cool and realistic and stuff like that. But in terms of like trying to visually see stuff a little bit better. Where's the dynamic weather setting? Is it graphics? No. Gameplay? No. Where is it? Dynamic weather. There we go. I'm just able to see stuff a little bit better when it comes to building. That's the only reason why I won't want to turn it off. But let me know what you guys think of it. Should I keep them both on? Keep one off, one on? Keep them both off? Let me know, guys, in the comment section down below. But yeah, we got a solid start. Got a really, really good start right now. It's just all about increasing how much money we can keep earning. So when it comes to us making money, the most amount of money that we're kind of spending right now is going on the water pipes. And damn, are we spending a lot of money on water pipes? But that's because we have to make them drag so far. We got a lot of money being spent on services too, but we kind of do need them, even though the city's not big enough yet to kind of support itself. So we're still progressively pushing forward, still slightly trying to get there. So we are pushing in the right direction. It just takes time. It just honestly takes a little bit of time. So do we build a small little park? Or should I save my city park for somewhere else? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that instead. Maybe make a larger rectangle up here for like a city park or whatnot. I think it look really good, but I'm liking this style of suburb, man. I really, really do. So the industrial is now creeping up again. What is the unemployment like? 15%. Okay, okay. Got a lot of commercial down right now. I don't know whether to fill both sides up with commercial, but then again, we literally don't have any demand. We need some extra power, but we do have the power coming from this. It's just I don't have it connected. Right, I just spent 5,000 there to get that connected to give it that extra power, which is crazy. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to adjust some of the budgets. So the waterfront, we have a lot of water, so I'm going to reduce my water budget right now. So bring that down by, let's bring it down to 70%. Medical care, which is our death care, bring down by 70%. Right, let's play mode that and let's see how much it drops by. Is it enough for us to turn a profit? Not yet, but it did drop a considerable amount. We'll drop down now the roads. I'll drop them down literally by half. Which again, that would also be a big help. And I don't actually know if it will drop because there is no road maintenance or snow dump services. Then again, it has actually dropped, so I didn't actually see it go down. Okay, I'm not too sure about that. We'll drop down our fire brigade and our policing down to 70%. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Just take a little bit of the edge off. So we are making a little bit of money now. So it'll float around. We'll make money, we'll lose money. It all depends on the time of day, what people are doing and all that kind of stuff. So that's what will happen. But if I can try and consistently make money, then we're all good. Might have a few little city problems here and there, but we'll kind of just tackle those as we get them issues. Okay, I'm going to add in some more commercial. I'm going to fill both these sides up now with the commercial. Create a little shopping district just there. Thus giving more jobs, thus having more money from taxes, thus getting more people to spend more money. And hopefully it will spark a little bit more residential too. So we got our town up to 1,200. This is definitely going to be difficult to try and balance the books. It really is. It really is going to be difficult, but that's all part of the challenge. And I accept the challenge. I'm very excited for the challenge. Next episode then, we've got to look at setting up the export side of things. We need to consistently be making money. And the only way to do that is, again, to really get to benefit off our industry. They're complaining about there's not enough buyers for the products, not that kind of good stuff. So we've kind of got to get there. And we do need to actually set up an industrial area as well. We really do. We have really high demands, and nothing's really going to function without it. And that's what we look towards doing next episode. So I'm actually really excited, guys. And if you do want to see more of this, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.